This is the second part of the lesson, 3.3 Tangents to Circles. In this part of the lesson, we're just going to be reviewing skills that you need to have. So after this first part, you can determine what you still need and watch accordingly. I want you all to watch this next part and do this with me. We got to make sure that we can do the products of these binomials. This is a skill that we'll keep on using. So remember, you distribute, so you're going to have 9m squared, distribute 24m minus 6m minus 16, simplify it. 24 minus 6 is 18. And so this is our product. Okay, on number 2, distribute. And then simplify. So we learned this last year and did this at the end of the year. And we've been practicing, again, things like this right here. So remember, when you have something like b plus 5 quantity squared, you have 2 of them. And you're going to multiply both. So you're not just going to, this doesn't distribute like that because of the plus sign. So you have to actually multiply it out. So we're going to have b squared plus 5b plus 5b, and then plus 25. And then on number 4, likewise, we're going to have to write it out. Okay, don't just square the pieces. It does not distribute like that because at the minus sign or plus sign, it doesn't work that way. So we're going to have 2m times 2m. We're going to have 2m times negative 2, so minus 4m, and then this is minus 4m, and then plus 4. So you have to make sure not only do you get the 2 things on the end right, but you also have to get that middle term right. Okay, then going to the next ones, we're just reviewing this idea. We're looking for something different, though. It says, determine if line AB is tangent to the circle. So how do you tell? Remember that if this line is tangent, this has to be 90 degrees. So in order to tell if that's 90 degrees, we have to check and see if the Pythagorean theorem works. So what I'm looking for is this leg plus this leg. So 12 squared plus 16 squared equals, and then, I don't know my hypotenuse. I know this part is 8, so how can I find the other piece? If you notice, that's the radius. So 12 plus 8 is 20. And so you just need to make sure that that's true, is 144 plus 256 equal to 400. And you find out that it is. So yes, the answer to this question is yes. AB is tangent to circle. Oops, it doesn't have a name, so we'll just say to the circle. Okay, number 6. We've got a leg squared, so leg squared plus the other leg squared. And is that equal to 3.5 plus 2.3 is 5.8? And so you can just get your calculator and see if that's true. Okay, so if you do this on your calculator, you find out that it is not true. So no, AB is not tangent. Okay, the next 2 questions, it says find the segment length. So we're trying to find this entire thing right there. Now, we know that part of it is 9, so I know that this much of it is 9, but that doesn't really help me find the last piece. So what I'm going to do is 9 squared plus 12 squared equals x squared. So that's 81 plus 144 is equal to x squared. So 81 plus 144 is 225. And I know that that's going to be 15 for this entire piece. Now, sometimes you might get asked, like, maybe what is that part? So that x right there. So you do 15 minus 9, and you would know that that piece was 6. So if pressed, I could say this is 6, this is 9, which makes the whole thing 15. So just depending on how the question is being asked. Now, in this one, we know this is 20, 16, and I don't know that one. So I'm going to say x squared plus 16 squared equals 400. If you actually pay attention, you actually just saw this problem back here. We just did that. So we know that x is going to be 12. Okay, this one solved for x again. Lines that appear to be tangent are tangent, so I've got to find the radius. And so thinking about what I know, this is a little bit different because you're going to say x squared plus 8 squared is equal to this entire thing. It's not x, it's x plus 4. And you can't just say x plus 4 squared like that. It's quantity squared like that. So you're going to have x squared plus 64 is equal to, multiply that out. When you multiply it out, you're going to make sure you've got that middle term there. You're going to subtract x squared. Now for right now, the types of equations that we have, your x squares are going to go away because we haven't really had much experience in solving equations with an x squared. So for right now, you're pretty safe with that. So your x squared should probably go away. You're going to have 48 is equal to 8x, which means x is equal to 6. Okay, and then number 10, x squared plus 14 squared is equal to, and then this is going to be x plus 7 squared. So pause the video, finish this last question, and come back and make sure you did it right. Okay, so you should have x squared plus 196 equals x squared plus 14x plus 49. I'm going to subtract my x squares from both sides. They're going to be gone. I'm going to do 196 minus 49 is equal to 14x. So 196 minus 49 is 147. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 14. And I'm going to get 10.5. You should now be able to do the entire homework assignment for lesson 3.3.